Girl told me she had a crush on me and then said no when I asked her out. What's the deal? For some backstory, this girl and I have been friends for 10 years and we've always been really close since the day we met, to the point people always thought we were going out. It was bit of a running joke at some point, but TBH I never even considered her as an option cause throughout our friendship we've dated other people, and when I met her for the first time she had a BF, so I've never really looked at her beyond just being friends. As I said earlier, it became a running joke, but friends were convinced she liked me more than that, and even her best friend wanted us to go out. Naturally I wanted to clear the air, so I asked her 2 weeks ago when we went to grab a bite to eat if she had a crush on me, and she says yes, a huge one actually. This came off as a genuine surprise and it was definitely something I had to think about. After lunch she invited me to a bar where she was meeting up with her painting class friends, and when I met them they were like, "Oh, so you're Rob, she talks about you all the time," to the point she kinda slipped away from embarrassment. Lol. I went home afterwards with a lot to think about. I was torn because I didn't want to mess up what we have, but at the same time the more I thought about it the more I could see it, and TBH it actually made sense. So I decide to ask her out and I'm fully prepared for whatever she says. She ends up saying that she's thought about it many times, but the timing isn't right, and she also didn't want to ruin our friendship, but that she's not saying there isn't a possibility. Okay, fine, no problem, but what does this mean? I'm genuinely confused. Lol. Maybe I'm a bit naive, but I assumed if you had crush on someone and that person asked you out you'd probably say yes, right? Thoughts? I only got my job because I lied on my resume about my education and experience. I took a shot in the dark applying for a high-paying position that I was never qualified for and lying about my degree, never got one, and my experience. I learned enough to bullshit my way through the interview, and luckily for me their hiring manager is the laziest son of a bitch there is and apparently never checked any of it. They offered me the job for more money than I've ever made and I accepted. This was almost 5 years ago. There was definitely a learning curve, but I have people under me, so I delegated the things I had no idea how to do and figured out the rest. No one has ever suspected or called me out. AMD apparently I'm good enough at the job to avoid any suspicion. At this point if they haven't figured it out I don't think they ever will. Been fucking my ex-wife since May. So since early May this year I've been regularly having sex with my ex-wife 38 after a 5-year separation. We have always been in regular contact as have children together, but was nothing intimate up until we fucked again in May. I'm single, but she had been in a relationship the past 12 months until it turned bad and he became abusive towards her. I suspect at first she turned to me for her own comfort and a shoulder to cry on. Since this started we have met up most weekends and had some really mind-blowing sex. The only thing is we now have started to develop feelings for each other, but she admitted she still has feelings also for her ex that has fucked him twice recently and without protection. Both times he come inside her, as I have also been doing. I know it's risky, but I'm just finding the whole thing erotic and exciting. I, 24M, had sex with a friend, 23F, while blacked out, and I feel really gross. Hey guys. Long story short, a longtime friend and I met up to hang out yesterday. She had a whiskey collection that she told me I could sample and I figured, fuck it, why not, all in good company, right? I ended up drinking too much and I blacked out. I don't remember much of the night, but I remember that she was on top of me at one point. She never had anything to drink. I don't feel comfortable about it, and I don't know what to do. I feel really gross and scared. I didn't want any of that to happen. I feel lost and confused right now, and if anyone out there has any words of wisdom, I'd really appreciate it. I am married to my cousin. We always had crushes on each other since we were kids, and as teens we started doing the deed frequently. Then eventually we fell in love but kept our relationship a secret for a long time until my mother caught us together when we were 18 to 19, which was extremely embarrassing. She of course told my dad and my aunt and uncle, who were all furious with us and demanded we stop. We pretended to, but we were in love so we didn't stop. Of course we eventually got caught again, but it erupted in a huge fight, and so we eloped to a state where it was legal and we got married. Unfortunately neither of our parents approve and have cut us off, but neither of us really had good homes growing up, so we're not missing much. We are not going to have children just in case, but we're very happy and very much in love. No, she did not have to change her last name because we had the same one. No one currently in our lives knows about this outside of a couple of very trusted friends. It's very much a secret in our lives.